Hey guys, this is Monica with the romoplans, and today we are going to update my reading journal for October. So I'm a little bit behind this month on updating my reading journal because I am filming this the week that you are seeing it, but that's just kind of how it's been lately. So we are going to go ahead and update this. I don't do an initial setup for my reading journal. I don't know. It's just easier for me to do everything all at once and everything. So, but we're going to go ahead and go through this. We don't have anything to do on this page. There's a couple of things that I've decided not to continue doing this year, and this is just one of them. I talk about those in my flip through video. The last one that I did was flipping through all the way through Q3. So we are here on the stats page. I do like the stats page. I like seeing all of the numbers all in one spot. So for the month of October, I actually read 16 books. So it was my second highest month of the year. In the pages, I read 5,516. I did 12 audiobooks, which is kind of why my amount of books is a lot higher, because I read audiobooks way quicker than I read physical and ebooks. And then I did 2 ebooks and then 2 physical. And I actually did 2 of books I own. Like physical books I own. And then this is BIPOC, but it's really diverse authors because I kind of changed it after I made these stickers that I want to track how many like diverse authors, so BIPOC and LGBTQ authors that I read. So this month I did 3. And then my average rating was 3.9. So then we have the new releases. Nothing to add here. I don't know if I'm going to do this for next year. I'm still trying to decide. It's not something that I really look at very much, but I do kind of like having it there when I see something I want to put down there. And then my series tracker, we're just going to move on. This tracker, I went ahead and updated. I finished this book on 10/24. I'm not doing anything with this page anymore, and then I'm not doing anything with this page. My goal for the year was 75 books, so I actually already hit that, but yeah. And then we have the 5-star reads and the monthly favorite, and both of these were Winging It With You by Chip Pons. And I absolutely loved this book. And so he is an LGBTQ author, and he is just so great. Like, I love following him. He's Books Over Bros on Instagram. And this book was just it was so good. I mean, they meet over a basket of mozzarella sticks. So you kind of had me from there. And it's funny because this book, my daughter has been telling me that I needed to read this book for a couple of months because it's one of the buzzword books from a couple of months ago. So she was super excited that I finally read it. So we're not doing anything with the book matrix yet or the book superlatives. And then my Planner Bestie book club, we read The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches here. And then I don't have the workbook club anymore. I didn't do anything for the A to Z challenge. And then for buzzword, you can see some months, like in August, she told me that started telling me I needed to read that. And for this one, I didn't really read any with like super violent words, but I'm going to put down Hot for Slayer because, you know, Slayer is kind of violent, right? We're just going to call it that. My daughter has already picked out my book that she says I need to read for this challenge in November. And then we have the Taylor Swift challenge. The only one that we are adding to this is Winging It With You. It's main character getting over a breakup. So there we go. And this challenge was something that I just created on my own. I did ask, I have some friends that I asked about it. I also just Googled Taylor Swift challenge. So I did take some prompts from like different challenges there. But I basically took 3 songs from every album and did a prompt with it. So my friends and I were talking and I was complaining about like Steven. I just did main character named Steven and didn't think that I don't know of a book that has a main character named Steven. I have not read a book that has a main character named Steven. So if you know one, let me know down below in the comments because I don't know. And so they were telling me that I shouldn't complain about my challenge because I was the one that created it. So, but I'm doing pretty well with it. Like female hero, I know that I could pick a book for that. I just haven't yet. And then Enemies to Lovers, I could probably pick a book to that, but I have my own feelings about Enemies to Lovers. I'm waiting to see if I read like what I feel like is a true Enemies to Lovers. I have heard that Book of Azrael is a true Enemies to Lovers, and I do have that on Audible. So I'm planning to listen to that before the end of the year. And then Unrequited Love, like I probably have one. I don't know. And then for Pop Sugar, there's nothing really to add to this one. All right, so now let's go into the monthly pages. So the only pre-planning that I did is I put down the month stickers on all of them, but that's really the only thing I did. So I kind of keep the same format, and I've liked this, but drawing this out is kind of weird, has been weird. So I actually just created a sticker for it. And we're gonna put this down first. So this was an interesting like sizing to make sure that I had room for everything, but then also to write the books out. So I read 16 books in October, but this actually has 19 books because there are 3 books that I read that I have not finished yet. So I went ahead and included them. And then I have these markers because I use the monthly sticker sheet from the JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop. Her luxury advent calendar is just, you get 1 sheet of these stickers. And this is actually the perfect amount to do my reading journal every month. So that's what I've been using every month. And so I just pick markers that kind of go with the colors of the stickers. So that's where these came from. I don't actually have a black brush marker, so I just pulled this Erin Condren dual tip down here. But we have this like orange color, the yellow, like the khaki color, and then this red color. And this one is from Archer and Olive, and then the rest are Tombow. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of draw my lines going from up because I'm hoping that I have enough room. And I just realized I may have put 1 extra column here so we'll see. Okay, so yeah, I think this T column we're not gonna use because I only have 19 books that I need to put down. So what I do is I just go ahead and write down all the books. All right, so I have those down. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and color in the days that I read them. All right, so that is the way that goes. So like Heat of the Everflame. So G, that one is just such a long book that it did take me a while to read that. And then you can see the other ones, it only took me like a couple of days because I did a lot of audiobooks and everything. So that is my visual time read. And I'm going to go ahead and just put some stickers down here. And I don't have any like super small ones. So I think that's the only thing I'm going to do on that page. And then on this page, I do my reading log. So here I just have these stickers here that I've already printed off. And then I have the rest of these as well. So we're just going to go ahead and put those down. And but I'm going to go ahead and put this sticker down just so I can work around the sticker when I'm putting the book covers down. All right. So the first book I read was The 7-Year Itch. I finished that on the 1st. And I'm just going to talk about the books while I put these down because we're not going to do like the review pages or anything. Those take a little bit longer to set up because of the way I do them. So The 7-Year Itch, I absolutely love. I love this series. This is from Amy Dawes. This is the second book in this series. It's about 3 brothers. They all live on a mountain, and it's roughly inspired by 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. And it is so funny. Like, this one had me laughing from the first line. I will say that the oldest brother, his book is actually in, it's the last book in the Wait For Me series. It's called Last on the List. If you want to start this series, I would probably start with that one first. Or that series, or you can just jump into 9-Month Contract is the first book in this series. But both of these have been really funny, and this third one is supposed to come out this month, so I'm excited about that one. And I actually went to a signing with Amy in September for the re-release of Last on the List. And then I read the Hot for Slayer. This is the like Amazon exclusive like audiobook novellas. Like, they're on Kindle Unlimited, but they're on Kindle Unlimited with audio, so you get the audiobook with that. And that one was pretty good. I love Allie Hazelwood. I love her. I kind of wished it was longer, but it is a novella, so I mean there's that and everything. So but it did kind of make me want more. And then I read The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. So this one was really good, really cute. Absolutely loved it. I had a good time reading it. And then I read Winging It With You, which I've talked about already. I absolutely loved this book. So they end up competing together as a couple for a reality TV show. So it's got the fake dating, forced proximity, just super fun book. And I'm going to go ahead and just put this picture here. So, and then I kind of went into my Rena Kent phase of the month. So I finished the Royal Elite series with the Royal Elite epilogue. I really liked it. I liked how it tied. I felt like it tied this end of that series together very, very well. So I am currently reading through the Renaverse, like all of her books. There's like 34. And because I want to read Legacy of Gods, but I want to read Legacy of Gods after. But I wanted to read all of the beginning books before Legacy of Gods because Legacy of Gods is about the children of the books that came before. So I'm currently doing that, and thankfully my library has them on Hoopla. all of the audiobooks. So I just, when I get into where I'm reading hers, I just go one after another. And that's kind of what I did this month. So the next one was All the Lies and then All the Truths. And I'm going to talk about these like duets kind of together. So this one I liked. This one's about one sister, and then the next duet is about the other sister. So I liked it. I liked the next one more. So, and I'm trying to do this without like giving super spoilers. So, and I'm not really sure how to talk about this duet, like All the Lies and All the Truths, without giving spoilers to it. So, and then I went into Throne of Power and Throne of Vengeance, and this is about the sister, and I really enjoyed this one. I think I enjoyed this one more. Well, I definitely enjoyed this one more than All the Lies and All the Truths. This one goes into the Bratva, and I loved the setting. I loved it. So, and then I read Red Thorns and Black Thorns. And so this book kind of takes you back into this. So they're all in the same universe, but this one kind of takes you back here because these people you first meet in these books. So, but I liked this one. I liked Red Thorns more than Black Thorns. Black Thorns, I don't know. It's probably my least favorite Rena Kent book that I've read so far. But overall, it was pretty good. But I definitely enjoyed the first half more than the second half. And then I finished my nonfiction book. I've been working on this nonfiction book for a while. It's called Make Money Move by Lauren Simmons. It's about finances, and it's good. It gives a really good, like, kind of more of a complete, it's not really like how to budget. It's more of how do you do all of your finances? How do you like get financial wellness? So I really did like it because I was looking for something more than just a budgeting book. And then I finished Heat of the Everflame, and I really enjoyed this. It's very long, so it did take me a while, but I really did enjoy it, and I'm ready for I don't know if it's the final book in the series, but it's the fourth book in the series. But I really did enjoy that. And then I read the 6 Scorched Roses. It is a novella in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. And this is probably the best novella I've ever read. And it's what she does in the small amount of pages is, in my opinion, really good because it's a very well developed story. Like, I love the characters. I would love to see more of these characters. I don't know if we are going to, but this book takes place between like the Serpent and the Wings of Night and the Ashes book. I don't know off the top of my head what the rest of the title is, but it's the second book in the Crowns of Nyaxia, and this takes place, it's like 1.5. And then I read The Very Secret Society of Regular Witches for a book club, and I actually finished that on the 31st. So we ended up, because of Halloween and stuff, we actually had our book club call the first weekend in November. So it's the weekend after Halloween. I really enjoyed it, and I think the ending of it was paced very well, and there were some things that I kind of thought were going to happen that did happen, but then some things I was surprised on. So I really did enjoy that. She does have another book. I think it's in the same series, but I'm not sure. So I am interested in reading more of her. It was a nice change of pace from going from Rena Kent to like fantasy to this. All right, so then this page is where I do my stats. So I usually draw out the graphs. Like I have a circle stencil that I use, and I usually just draw them out. But this month I decided that I just wanted to make it easier on myself. So I grabbed some cardstock and I grabbed my 1.5 inch punch. I usually do a 1.75 circle, but I don't have a 1.75 punch, and 1.5 should be fine. They'll just be like a little bit smaller than the normal ones. So we've just got those 4 circles. So a little bit smaller, but not by a ton. Okay. So then I track 4 things with graphs. So I'm going to go ahead and put the titles down. So we have format, and then we have genre, guess that's going there. So then I'll go ahead and do those graphs. So 25% of it was fantasy. So let's do that first. And then 6% was nonfiction. And then the rest was romance. So, okay. And then I've just got my tape runner, so we will put that there. And then just grab that pen, and I'm gonna just put the key down. And nonfiction. And I just realized I totally screwed that up. Okay, so we are gonna move this. Okay. Here we go. This is genre. And then this one will be format. Okay. And then with format, all right. So we'll go ahead and put that down. Okay. And then we'll do audio, ebook, and then physical. Okay, so we've got romance, and then physical, fantasy, audio, and then nonfiction, and ebook. All right, so the next one is where I read it from. So all right. And then this last one is the rating. So, okay. So then we have rating. Here. And then for the rating, just because I want to make sure I have enough space, I'm not going to be able to put the boxes down like I usually do, but I want to make sure I have enough space. So we're going to just do this in this little column. So we have 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and then 5. And then from read from, we'll do a library, Kindle Unlimited, and then owned. Okay, so I usually put boxes down here, but I don't have enough room because I didn't really like plan this out very well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just see what we can do. Okay, so we have books. And we have pages. Hours. And then I'm not going to do genre because we have the graph. But we'll do diverse here. And then we'll do the rating because I do the average rating here. Yeah. And we'll just use this color. So we have 16 books. And then I did 5,000. 16, 126 hours, 3 diverse, and then my average rating was 3.9. And then here, I'm gonna do Kindle Unlimited books, and then library books. And I'm just gonna write this in. Okay, so on Kindle Unlimited, I did 2 books. So I did Hot for Slayer. And then I did Royal Elite Epilogue. And then library, I did 11. So I'm just gonna write in those. And then because I have room, I'm going to go ahead and put owned books. All right, and that's a long name. All right, so yeah, October looks a little bit different. So let's go ahead and put in the rest of these stickers. So just gonna kind of help fill in this space. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put these candlesticks together. And put that there. And then we'll put the clock there. So yeah, that is my October in my reading journal. Let me know down below what was the best book you read in October, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead, hit that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any more of my videos. I hope you have a great day.